All right, this is the criminal status calendar for April 21st, 2021. My name is Diane Bessen. I'm the judge presiding over this calendar. In just a few minutes, we're going to start going through the calendar in order of the cases listed. Well, I take that back. I may jump around a little bit because I know I've got a number of private counsel here, and I may try and get those announcements first. Let me just say, for those of you who are defendants, if you're represented by an attorney or public defender, please do not say anything unless they ask you a question. Additionally, I want to advise everyone that this virtual hearing is being broadcast over YouTube Live, and so anything you say can be heard by potentially folks in the general public as if you were in a courtroom. Additionally, it can be heard by, more importantly, the prosecutors. So you need to be very careful about any statement that you make because you don't want to say something that might jeopardize or harm your case. And if you do want to speak to a prosecutor or your attorney privately, then I can send you to a breakout room. You would get an invite that says join. You'll go to that room, and then you can have a private conversation with your attorney or the prosecutor. For those of you who have not had a chance to pre-try your case with the prosecutor, I do recommend that you at least see what the prosecutor is offering to resolve the case without going to trial. Most of these misdemeanors are such that they can be worked out without going to trial. And just to let everyone know, we are, as of this week in Fulton County, starting back up with jury trials. So I know we've had obviously a long delay because of the pandemic, but we're back opening up. Let me go ahead and see, is there anyone here on Yvonne Troxell? Anyone here for Mr. McGarrahan?
He had a substitution on council last.
He did. I want to say it was Ben Sessions, but I'm not.
And was it supposed to be a plea and abstention this morning?
I thought so.
Yeah, because we
You
had
heard
worked
from
out
anyone
the
on?
I haven't heard from anyone. They'll contact me again.
All right.
But it was Ben, and then it was Evan Watson at one time.
I believe it was, yes, I believe it was Evan Watson.
Let me try to email them.
All right. The next case is Asia or Asha Sparks. Matthew McNally, is he on the call? Counsel on the call for that?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes.
And do you have an announcement on this case, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. So I've received the first part of discovery on Friday. I've talked to Mr. Strobel a bit. There should be some text messages and some audio recordings in the discovery that I didn't receive. I'm hoping to get that before we make a final decision on how to go forward.
And who is here on behalf of Miss Salette? Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, Your Honor, that would be me. All I can say is that the documentation or information to Mr. McNally as soon as he can. So I would ask for this case to be set on another status calendar if possible, Your Honor.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it to a final plea calendar. I'm not going to obligate you to that, but I think that's sort of the next place to go before we put it on a trial calendar. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
That'll probably be 6 to 8 weeks out. So hopefully something can be resolved by then. If not, we know then it'll move to a trial calendar. Did you have any other cases, Mr. McNally?
No, Your Honor, that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. You're free to go.
Very
Let
good.
me just
Thank you.
also make an announcement. We have an interpreter, a Spanish interpreter on the call. Do we know if anyone is going to need his services? Did you, I'm wondering if maybe, Marcelo, you can chat something in Spanish?
Okay. Mi nombre es Marcelo, soy el intérprete de español. ¿Hay alguien que esté en la llamada cuyo idioma principal sea el español? There's no response. I know there's a position 3 who's maybe an interpreter case, but
Well, we're at it. Let's see if there's anyone here. Francisco Perez Cayetano.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Christopher Coleman for Mr. Perez Cayetano. How you doing today?
Oh, good.
Hey. Good morning, y'all.
Is your client here?
He's not on, he's not on today. I was speaking on his behalf, Your Honor.
We just wondering about the interpreter, so he can be released then.
Okay, then Marcelo, I guess we don't need you if that was the only potential
Okay.
case. You're welcome to
Thank you.
hang out, but I'm not sure why you would.
Thank
Thank
Your
you.
Honor, is there another calendar today? Because I have noticed for one at 10 and one at 11. So this is the only one?
Yes.
This is the only one that I have. Tomorrow, I have one at 9 and one at 11.
Okay, and I have the information for that one. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you
Thank
tomorrow
you.
then.
Thank you. Mr. Coleman, I
Yes,
guess
ma'am.
this is Mr. Walker's case. Have you had any conversations about the status of this case?
We have not. I've seen Mr. Walker several times. Hey, Mr. Walker, how you doing?
Hey, Attorney Coleman. I'm
Hey,
sorry, Your
Mr.
Honor,
Walker.
what position are we on?
3.
And
So-
maybe 3.
This case has been on a status calendar 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It was supposed to be on a final plea calendar. Well, that was a long time ago. But this has been on a status calendar 4 times. So I don't understand what's happening. Is there some discussion about resolving this or not?
There was discussion about resolving it, Your Honor, and with Mr. Garrett. And the defendant is working on doing a litany of items such as community service and classes in order to be ready for the final plea, Your Honor. So we are almost finished with that. And if we could put that on a final plea calendar, that would be perfect. But that was discussions with Mr. Garrett.
When you say Mr. Garrett, do you mean Mr. Braxton?
I mean, Mr. Braxton, Miles Braxton, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever,
So-
if an offer was extended by Attorney Braxton or Solicitor Braxton, I would definitely honor that offer. But the state is ready to proceed with the plea.
All right. So what is the understanding? What are the terms of the plea as you understand it, Mr. Coleman?
The terms of the plea were 80 hours of community service, domestic violence classes, and that was pretty much the crux of it. He was doing a lot of community service, but because of the pandemic, we were having problems with it. So
All right. Is this it's
a battery.
It just says
case.
battery, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand if it qualifies really as a, and when I'm looking away, I've got another laptop here, I'm pulling up the case.
Right.
Is this with a family? Oh, it does say battery family violence. Okay. It doesn't say it on my calendar, but it's a spouse. Okay, so this is a DV case.
Right.
All right, can we set this down for a plea then?
The state is ready to take the plea, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Coleman, you've been in touch with your client?
I have been in touch with my client, Your Honor, and he's working diligently on getting all those terms done.
Okay, well, we're gonna require the plea be taken and he can finish up the terms while he's on probation, okay? Do we have a date, Aisha?
You want to do May 19th?
Yes, May 19th, assuming that date is, you don't have a conflict, Mr. Coleman, that'll be the
I-
plea date.
Actually, I do have a conflict, Your Honor. I know I have a conflict that day, but let me pull up my calendar. I appreciate Your Honor working with me. Let me pull up my calendar, and if you could throw some dates at me, I'll be able to get something put down for sure.
Well, we're available the 18th, the 19th, the 20th.
I'll be out that week.
Okay.
What about the following week, Your Honor?
No, I've got a civil, I actually have a civil trial.
Oh, wow, civil trials are not civil, but
Yeah.
what about the week after that?
Do we have, what's our next scheduled?
We'll have to do it the week of June 7th.
June 7th,
Okay.
the week of June 7th.
Okay, the week of June 7th, and I'll get notice on that.
Yes, you will, and that'll be a plea. So just inform your client will be, and whatever he's completed is, he can finish the balance. Maybe he'll have finished in time, but if not, he can finish the balance on probation, okay?
Okay, week of June 7th, Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you, Attorney Coleman.
Hey,
Thank
good to
you.
see you,
You're
Attorney
free to
Walker.
go.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if we could revisit position 1. I did check my email from Attorney Watson, and he actually emailed me and Ms. Hardy on March 18th with the plea and abstention paperwork. I don't know if I should go into a breakout room, maybe call Attorney Watson, but the paperwork has been tendered. I guess we would just need his presence to tender the plea and abstention.
All right, we'll come back to that
Okay.
because I did see an email. Who'd that come from?
I just forwarded you the
Oh,
paperwork that he sent
you
me.
just
So he
sent
did
that.
tender the
Okay.
paperwork on March 18th. So, I mean, I can
All
turn
right.
the camera
We
off and try to
can,
call
we
him.
can try and get him and potentially take that at the end.
Okay.
Aisha, do you have any more of these small? They emailed Deb and asked her to bring me some, so I know to come back to that. All right. We'll come back to that because I've got folks that are actually here and
Okay,
I want to
thank you,
handle
ma'am.
their cases. Thank you. Is Miss Kim here on Gilmore, position 4? I didn't see her.
Judge, I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Morning.
Mr. Coleman,
Hey.
you're free to go.
Oh, thank you. Okay, take care, Your Honor. Okay.
Unless you want to stay and watch.
And hang out, right? All right, I appreciate y'all. Thanks, Aisha.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Okay.
Position 4 will be a plea this morning, Your Honor.
Is the paperwork ready?
I forwarded.
I do have it. Okay, let's go ahead and take that plea then. Mr. Gilmore, where's Ricardo Gilmore? I'm gonna need to see your face, sir. There he is. Good morning, Mr. Gilmore. Can you
Hello.
There you go. Now I can hear you. All right. So let me state for the record, this is the case of the state of Georgia versus Ricardo Gilmore, Gilmore. Case number 19CR, hold on a minute, 19CR003885J. Miss Judy Kim represents Mr. Gilmore and Mr. Walker. If you'll let me know what the terms are of the negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gilmore was charged with battery family violence and simple battery family violence. The state will be amending the count of battery family violence to a county disorderly conduct. The simple battery family violence will be null pros. The terms of the plea to the county disorderly will be an anger management course, a 2-day anger management course, and no further violent contact with the victim while on probation.
No further violent contact or
Yes, Your
contact?
Honor, that is correct. And this was the dual arrest that occurred at a boarding house.
Okay. Ms.
Which is the
Kim, is
reason for
that
the
your
check.
understanding of a negotiated plea?
Yes, Judge, it is.
Mr. Gilmore, have you discussed this plea with your attorney?
Yes,
Was that yes? Was that yes?
yes.
Carter,
Yes.
can you take your eyeglasses off, your sunglasses?
Thank you. You discussed this with your attorney, is that correct?
Yes,
And you understand what you're entering? I'm showing this as a no-low. Is it a guilty or a no-low?
no,
Is that right, Mr. Walker?
That's fine, Your Honor. The state
Okay.
has no
Thank you.
objection.
So, Mr. Gilmore, you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on this case. Was that explained to you?
yes,
Is that a
Ricardo, can you
yes?
stop walking? Can you just stand still, please?
yes,
All right. And do you, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, is that correct?
yes,
And you've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea?
Yes.
No, that's the trick question. The answer, you haven't been threatened in order to enter this plea, have you?
Let me see if I can turn my volume up. I can
Okay,
barely hear you
that
now.
would help.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. You've not been threatened or promised anything in order to enter this plea, have you?
No.
All right. So you understand also that technically you've been sentenced to 12 months in jail. Instead of serving that time, you're agreeing to the terms of probation, which is to do the 2-day anger management class and to have no further violent contact with the victim. You're aware of that?
Yes.
All right, if you fail to complete the classes or violate those terms, you understand your case could be brought back to me And you might have to serve the balance of the 12 months in jail. You understand that?
Yes.
And I'm also going to just show you, this is your plea sheet that I got. Did you discuss that with your attorney?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of the information on there?
No, ma'am.
All right, I think everything's in order, and so the court's willing to accept the plea. I will say, did you send the probation? Aisha? All right, Ms. Hardy is going to send the probation paperwork to your attorney, Ms. Kim. Mr. Gilmore, you're required to sign it for probation within 48 hours. If you fail to do that, upon the motion of the state, I will consider withdrawing the plea. So it's important that you sign up for probation, get this class taken, and then can his probation go non-reporting after he completes that?
You can terminate, Your Honor.
All right. And then I'm going to, because I've got a lot of other people on the call, Ms. Kim, if you could just explain to your client what the advantage would be to him completing this sooner than later, okay?
Yes, Judge, we spoke about it this morning. He's
Good.
encouraged to get it done ASAP.
Very good. All right. Anything further, Ms. Kim?
No, Judge.
Mr. Gilmore, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Anything further, Mr. Walker?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Great. That completes that case. You're free to go, Mr. Gilmore. Ms. Kim, I don't think you had anything else, did you?
No, Judge, not this morning.
All right. Thank you. Shannon Render, I did see him on the call for Miss Brumfield.
He's still here, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. How you doing?
Oh, there you are. Good morning.
Good morning. I have an announcement from Ms. Brumfield. She did pay for the class. She did pay for the evaluation. She's supposed to start class in May, Your Honor. She is not on the call as she is in school. And the reason why she has to start classes in May is because her class schedule opens up in May. Of course, the semester ends. And so that is when she will start the pretrial diversion program. But she has paid for the evaluation and she is scheduled to start.
Okay. And so that's your understanding as well.
Yeah, the state was just waiting on an announcement, but if Ms. Brumfield starts the class in May, that's absolutely fine. She has to do 12 classes with AACS. There was a little bit of a delay in signing up, but if she signed up, she can remain in diversion and we can hopefully resolve this case.
So I'm wondering if I should put this on a calendar in June to make sure she's been accepted and on her way. What's your suggestion?
She has to start and complete the program, if you will.
So then do we not need to do anything?
We can put it back on in June just to see.
All right, we'll put this back on in June just to make sure that she's in fact doing what she's supposed to. And then if that's the case, we won't need to have it on our calendar again. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
All right.
thank you, Your
Anything
Honor.
further, Mr. Render? Is that it?
No, I do have Mr. Joseph Gardner, Your Honor. He is in person in the courtroom. He did just walk in. I was retained this week, Your Honor. So I do not have actually my entry filed or discovery filed. That will be done this week, Your Honor. I can guarantee that. Again, I was just retained. So
Okay, so yeah, he was supposed to hire an attorney. Is he on the call, did you say?
He's actually in the courtroom. Your
Oh,
Honor.
someone did come in. All right, you want to come up and have a seat right here, sir? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page before I release him. All right, he's seated there. And so Mr. Gardner, Mr. Render is going to represent you. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, if you could speak into that microphone there.
Correct.
Thank you. So I guess you're waiting on discovery. Is that right, Mr.?
Well, Your
Render?
Honor, I have to file entry in discovery and that will be filed.
Okay.
I can guarantee you to be filed this week, Your Honor. I can discuss the case with Mr. Walker at convenience. I have his information.
Okay, then go ahead and do that. I'm going to end up putting this back on a status calendar in maybe even in May, just so I can find out we're moving along. So I'll put this on one of my May calendars in another few weeks, and hopefully we'll see some progress. Do you have any questions, Mr. Gardner?
No, ma'am.
All right, anything further on this, Mr. Render?
Nothing further, Your Honor, just that you all have a good day.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gardner. Thank you for appearing. You're free to go, sir. Thank you. Stay in touch with your attorney.
Thank you,
All right,
Mr.
thank you, Your Honor.
And let me just make a general statement for everyone who's on the call. If your case is not resolved today, it is important for you to stay in touch with the court and your attorney. If you have any change of email, phone number, or address, it's important that you let the court know of that. Did you have another question, sir?
No.
Okay, you're free to go. Thank you. Let me just see, do we have an attorney here for DeAndre Richardson? Brian Howard? Have we heard anything on this case? All right, we'll come read it later. I think I've got one or two more. Is Julie Kurt on for Samuel Choi? Miss Kurt? Oh, I do see Attorney Byron. Let's see. No, not Mr. Owens. I'm sorry, wrong case. Julie Kurt, all right, not here. We'll come back to that. Ashley Chavone.
I'm here, Judge. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi. Yes, I can.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge.
You represent Mr. Costo.
I do, Judge. This is the first time on a status calendar. I have been in conversation with Mr. Strobel. We hope to work something out. Most of discovery is in. We're waiting on the video from Roswell. That was the last update that I got from Mr. Strobel. I don't know if it would be appropriate to put it on another status calendar. If we're not able to work something out, we would proceed to motions and trial and whatnot. But that is my announcement from my end, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to do is put this on, and let me just find out where did the Miss Salette go? Do you know anything further?
No, Your Honor, that's correct. I have in my notes as well that Dustin is waiting on the video in order to make a determination about possibly reducing the DUI to reckless. So he's just waiting on that.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on a final plea calendar. I'm not, when I do that now, I'm not obligating you to take a plea on that date, but it certainly is a motivator. If that's in fact can be worked out, it can be taken on that day. Okay.
Thank
If
you,
not,
Judge.
yeah, and if not, we'll just move it along after that. But at this point, I'm not sure a status would be beneficial. We'll put it on a final plea calendar and see what can be worked out. If not, then we'll move it to motions. Okay.
Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Position
you.
24, Michael Murphy's case. I did see him, Connor Young. Good morning, Mr. Murphy.
Good morning, Judge. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing fine. What's the status of this case? I guess, Mr. Walker, have you and Mr. Murphy had conversations?
Yes, we've had a few conversations. He is waiting on body camera. However, in our last conversation about this case, I believe he wanted to have a breakout session to perhaps pre-try the case with you, Your Honor. But I'll let Mr. Murphy confirm that.
That's correct, Your Honor. And I believe the state has actually re-accused this case. It's under the same case number, so I don't know if the court needs us to make the announcement, but we would waive arraignment on the new accusation, enter a plea of not guilty. We are, I think, close to a resolution. I'm not sure if the court would like to pre-try the case today or if another day would be more convenient. I know you've got a lot of people on this calendar.
Oh, so you wanted to pre-try it with me?
If we could, Your Honor, that would be great. I think, there's a few sticking points, but we'd like to talk with the court to see if we can get a resolution in place.
So, yeah, it wouldn't be, we have several options. If you want to hang around to the end of his calendar, which will probably be about another hour, or you could leave the meeting and come back in about an hour and I could pre-try it then. Otherwise, I guess I can set down a time to just maybe have a phone conference with the two of you.
That may be best, Judge, if we want to do a phone conference, if that works for Mr. Walker. I am going to be out of town Friday and the beginning of next week, but I'm free otherwise. I can contact Ms. Hardy and see if we can get something scheduled.
Okay, then let's just do that. And as opposed to, I don't want to take up everyone's time who's waiting. So we'll do that. And I've made a note and we'll set something up in the next 10 days or so. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
May my client and I be excused?
Yes,
Your
thank
Honor,
you.
I did want to make the court aware that the victim, Ms. Sheffield, is present this morning on that matter.
Oh, okay.
I believe she just wanted to observe, but I did want to bring to the court's attention.
No, I'm glad you did. I'm not seeing her right on this screen, but she may be on. We've got two screens, so. Oh, there she is, Ms. Sheffield.
Patty
Okay.
Sheffield, Your Honor. I just wanted to acknowledge that she was present. And we do have-
Okay, and I guess you've been in touch with our victim advocate, Ms. Wright. Is that correct, Ms.
I've
Sheffield?
spoken to Ms. Sheffield a few times this week, and we do have good contact information. And she just wanted to observe this morning to see the status of this case, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. She just reached out to me, so I'm going to connect with her after the call when we get off here.
Okay. Thank you very much. You all are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
All right, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the calendar. Position 6, Tamika White, Mr. Coleman's case. I see Miss White's here. Hello. If you could unmute so we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Thank you, ma'am.
How you doing?
Doing fine. Mr. Coleman, this is your case?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. I don't have an offer for Miss White. I also don't have discovery.
Is this one? Is this because I emailed you about yesterday, or?
Well, I emailed you back saying I didn't have an offer or discovery on her. You sent me an offer and discovery on Kevin Williams, who also needed an offer and discovery on.
That's correct, Your Honor. I believe in my email to Attorney Coleman was that this was not my case. This is Mr. Strobel's case.
No, you told me that Aisha Coleman was his case.
1 second.
I believe so. Give me 1 second. Let me look.
And this is, I don't know, I can go back and look at my calendars, but I'm not going to do it now. But this has been on a previous status calendar. So
right. Is this Aisha Coleman, Your Honor? Aisha Coleman is not my case, and that's the email I sent to Attorney Coleman yesterday when he reached out to me regarding an offer.
Okay, this is Tamika White.
I'm sorry.
Is this your case or not? It doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Say.
I thought we were on Aisha Coleman. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Tamika White.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, the email you sent said that Aisha Coleman was not your case, but Tamika White is. And again, I don't have an offer or discovery.
Okay, well, I'll be glad to get both of those things to Attorney Coleman. I'm trying to go through my email now.
All right, I'm going to put this back on a May calendar because I want to at least see something happen on this, or at least be sure that Mr. Coleman's, what discovery are you waiting on? Is it body cam, phone? What is it?
I don't have an accusation. I don't have, it looks like I have a police report. I guess I got this offline or my investigator.
Oh, you know what?
But I don't have an accusation. I don't have witness list.
Is this case a dual arrest, Daryl?
Is this what?
Is this case a dual arrest?
I don't know. Let me look at the report and see what it says.
For some reason, I can't open the accusation.
I mean, we can just ask Ms. White.
He did come outside, but that was after the fact. He was riding around looking for another guy to kill him.
1 second.
What are you talking about? You need to stop. Quit calling his phone. Quit threatening this man.
It looks like the alleged victim was a Barry. Is somebody else talking?
They're not now.
Yeah, Barry Gillespie.
And I don't know if you could just ask Ms. White if this was a dual arrest. I'm trying to pull it up on IDC.
Yeah.
Was Mr. Gillespie arrested as well, Ms. White?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I can provide clarification. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I kind of got lost where we were at, but actually am planning to null Ms. White's case, and that's why you don't have an offer.
Okay, I am going to ask everyone to please keep your device muted unless I'm speaking to you, so we don't. Now, I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm
Ian?
planning to null Ms. White's case, so I'm planning to dismiss that case. I'm sorry, I thought we were on Aisha Coleman, but Ms. White.
Submit that. Can you submit that later today?
Yes, Your Honor. I know I told you a couple of null process, but I can't submit that today.
Okay, so Ms. White, Ms. White, your case is going to be null prost. That means they're not going to proceed against you. When I sign that order, Ms. Hardy, who emailed you the link for today, she'll email you a copy of that, okay?
Okay, so that means it'll be dismissed, right?
Yes,
that's correct, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go if you've no further questions.
All right,
Sorry
thank you. Have
about
a
the
great day.
confusion on
Thank
that,
you.
Daryl, Your Honor.
Thank you. I also want to bring to your attention, Julie Kurt is present on
Yeah, she
this
showed up.
Zoom call. She's just muted. She's
No,
position
no.
16.
Daryl, she's here in court. I know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I know that I'd seen her.
She's here in court. In fact, why don't you come have a seat up at the monitor? And let me go back to that because I did try and get you all. This is position 16, Samuel Cho.
Apologies, Judge. I was doing an in-person plea with Judge Ellerby. Mr. Cho has enrolled in the family violence
DVIP.
Yes, and he's 7 sessions in on that, as well as registered for the marital counseling, Judge. So I think we just need a further status date for him to get the full 24 sessions in.
Okay, well, so is there any reason we can't enter the plea?
Judge, I believe it was a diversion case.
Oh, this is PTI to
Yeah.
do the 24 week?
Right.
Really? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, then I misunderstood. So he's 7 sessions. Under these circumstances, I'm just sort of asking Ms. Hardy for your advice about, do I need to put this on again? Will we be notified by Ms. Mao? So we don't need to list it again? Okay. All right. So just be sure your client continue. I guess I ought to talk to you here. Just be sure your client continues to complete the program and work with Ms. Mao, and we won't see you again on this. Okay.
Very good. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. PTI. Okay, so let me go back. I was on position 7. Andrew Nish.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. So I've got several counts of battery. Do you have an attorney, sir?
So I would like to speak to the prosecutor.
Okay, we can arrange that, and that would be Miss Salette. It's normally Mr. Strobel, but he's not
Right.
here today, so Miss Courtney Salette is filling in for him. So I'm going to send you both to breakout room 2. You'll get an invite that says join. Click on that. Once you finish speaking with her, if you could leave that room and enter back into this main room so I can get an announcement from everyone, okay?
Will do.
All right, and she can discuss with you and potentially give you an offer, and you can decide what you'd like to do from that point forward. Let me see. Andrew, there you are. Room 2. Did you get that, Miss Salette? There we go. Great. Just a minute. The next case is, so we don't have, Brian Howard is not here. Is anyone representing DeAndre Richardson?
Got an email. I think he's somewhere else right now. Yeah, he's in another hearing. He'll be on, so we'll come back to it.
All right, and let me see, I see Mr. Watson is on the call for position 1. Mr. Watson, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can. So
Yes,
is this case supposed to be PTI? This is supposed to be plea in absentia. You sent the paperwork to us. Is that right?
It's a plea in absentia. No, it's right here on my desk because if the court could give me some direction on how to submit the paperwork along with payment. Does someone need to come down in person or can we mail it to the clerk's office?
No, you've got to come down in person to pay. Certainly you can email the documents and I can sign it, and that's what I need. So you can scan that and email it to Aisha, and as soon as I get it, I can sign it, but you're going to have to come down here and pay.
Oh, okay, I'll double check. I don't believe I scanned it in and emailed it, but
Oh,
I
no,
can do
we
that
have it.
momentarily,
We have-
and then
We have the paperwork.
you have the most up-to-date one with everybody's signature, 3/17/21 date on there?
Yeah, we received an email on March 18th, I believe.
Oh, okay. So we're good on that. So I just need to come down and pay then?
That's my understanding.
Can you, Aisha's asking if you could come tomorrow. I don't know what your schedule is.
What I'll do is, well, I'll email him.
All right, you know what? Miss Hardy's going to email you, Evan, and she'll explain to you what you need to do. I'm signing the paperwork today, but we're going to basically hold on to it to be sure we've got payment arranged, okay?
I'm
Sure
going to tell
thing.
my niece now, my God.
That works. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, great. Thanks for coming back on, and thank you for handling that for Mr. McGarrahan.
Yes, Your Honor. No problem.
Thank you.
Yep. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thanks.
Position 9, Michaela Smith. Is Miss Smith on the call? Michaela Smith. Supposed to be a PTI status.
And I do have an update, Your Honor. I'm checking my email right now. I believe that, let me check my email. I believe that she was rejected from diversion, or she was not accepted.
Oh, really? And then I know Mr. Berger is on the call, and I don't know which case he's on for. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm on Mr. Hamilton, position 11.
Oh, okay. And that's Miss Salette's case for Mr. Strobel, and she's currently in the breakout room. Did you have an announcement, or did you need to wait till she comes back?
We had just entered on this matter, Your Honor. I believe the matter was set for this calendar for him to hire an attorney. At least that's what it appears from the printed calendar.
Yes.
He retained us, and I have entered my appearance, file for discovery and all that, and I will circle back with the prosecutor about getting caught up on all those materials.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll set this down for another status calendar in about 6 weeks or so. That'll give you an opportunity to hopefully get some discovery, and then we'll sort of see if it needs to go on motions or final plea. Okay?
Sounds fantastic. If I have an update for the court before then, I'll be sure to let you know.
Great. Yeah, because if you decide it's a plea, we can certainly set that at any time. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Position 10, Heaven Stevens. Is Miss Stevens on the call?
She's also position 9. I don't know. I sent the link.
What do you mean she's position 9?
No, she's co-defendant.
Oh, co-defendants. Oh, so 2 of them are not here.
Does Mr. Walker know about the status of both cases, maybe?
I know about position 9, and at this time she was unable to be accepted into diversion. Okay. And I was going to provide a non-diversion offer to the defendant this morning.
All right. 9. Well, unless we hear from them, I'm going to have to issue bench warrants, but we'll address that at another time. All right. Position 12, Robert Best. Is Mr. Best on the call?
Yeah, I see the name.
Robert
I'm here,
Best.
Your Honor.
Oh, there you are. Good morning, sir.
Good
Can
morning.
I see can I see your face, sir?
I'm trying to there we go.
Okay, there you go. You were supposed to hire an attorney. Have you hired an attorney, sir?
I would like to actually speak to the prosecutor this morning, if that's possible.
Okay, and that would also be Miss Salette's case. So when she's finished speaking to the person she's already speaking with, I'll let you do that. If you can just hang on, she should be finished fairly soon. And then when she reports to me the status of that other case, then I'll go ahead and send you to speak with her. The next case is Carissa Taylor, position 13. Miss Taylor, is she on the call?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Oh, she's
morning,
got
Your Honor.
counsel. Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Buchanan, good morning.
Good morning.
You're representing Miss Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. I don't know that did you file entry yet?
I have not as of yet. I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, if you'll
We'll
get
get that
entry, file entry of appearance, and I guess you probably have not had a chance to speak to the prosecutor on this, have you?
We did speak. I spoke with I believe
Mr.
Mr. Strobel. And I was working towards trying to get this resolved with a dismissal. And And I was hoping to get the opportunity to speak with him this morning, but it appears he's not present.
Right, so Miss Salette is handling his cases. She's already speaking to one individual, has someone else she's waiting on, that's waiting on her. I'm happy to put this on another status calendar in a few weeks when he's here. Unless you think you're gonna work out something sooner.
If you think that would be best, so I guess I would need to speak to him. I don't know if I'm sorry, the Miss Strolette is the other.
What? She may have notes.
Have the notes in the file.
All right, let's just wait a minute till Miss Select comes back and maybe she can let us know what the status is.
Okay.
She's got the files with her. I don't know. And I guess he's going to be back tomorrow. Is that right?
He will be back tomorrow, and she does have the files for today, Your Honor.
Okay, so if you can, Mr. Buchanan, just hang with us a little while longer. Before I let her speak to Mr. Best, I'll just see if she has an announcement on your case, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keenan Rashad Lewis. Is Mr. Lewis here? No. I missed 14. Desmond Welsh, Quintarian Welsh.
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. I actually spoke to Mr. Welsh this morning. He called my office. Apparently, he does not have internet access, so he may need to be reset for in-person appearance.
Okay, well, the calendar clearly says that he should come if he doesn't have internet. But are you going to be representing him?
I understand. No, he would actually be an even number. So, and again, I didn't get an opportunity to ask him if he qualified. This was literally 5 minutes before we logged on this morning. He contacted the office this morning saying that he could not log on. And again, at the time, I didn't understand that he actually did not have internet access at all. I thought he just did not have the link.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and have to reschedule him to appear in person. I see Miss Salette's back. Do you have an announcement on, first of all, on Mr. Nisha's case?
Yes, Your Honor. I was able to convey an offer to Mr. Niche. He did make me aware that he has been in contact with Mr. Strobel and asked for any video that may be available on this case. It's possible that the case could be resolved down the line. I'm not sure if you want to put this back on for a status or a final plea. Right now, he doesn't want to take the plea because he wanted to get that additional video from Mr. Strobel, if that's available.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Niche? Is he back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put this on a final plea calendar. I'm not going to obligate you to take a plea on that date, but if it can be worked out before then, it's sort of a drop dead date for everyone. And then if it's not worked out, I'll put it on a trial calendar. You obviously may need to consider hiring an attorney if that's the case. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, stay in touch with Mr. Strobel. You'll have to so let me ask Ms. Salette, are you going to indicate to Mr. Strobel that he needs to send any discovery he has?
Yes, Your Honor.
I did also reach out to him a couple of days ago and leave a voicemail. So
okay, yeah, he's on leave for a few days. So hopefully you'll get that and get that information from him so you can review it. And then we'll probably see you back in a calendar in about 6 to 8 weeks. And either something will be worked out by then or we'll set it down for trial. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Please stay in touch with the court. Again, if you have any change of email, phone number, or address, we need to know. If you don't appear for a calendar, I have to issue a bench warrant. Okay.
Yes, got it.
Thank you. Before
Thank
I
you.
send Ms. Salette to another room, I wanted to find out if you had any information on position 13, which is Carissa Taylor. Mr. Buchanan, Basil Buchanan is on the call and he's representing her and said he'd had some communication with Mr. Strobel.
Position number 13. What I have for that case, his notes say that she didn't have an attorney at the time when he sent these notes to me. I'm not sure when he filed his entry. I do have an offer. he said that she may have mitigating evidence, and he asked her to provide that to him so he could evaluate that. That's the only notes I have from Mr. Strobel.
All right, and so Mr. Buchanan, I think just got retained. He hasn't even filed yet for entry of appearance. Is that right, Mr. Buchanan?
That's correct, Your Honor. I did email Mr. Strobel some evidence this morning related to this case. And again, I did speak with him in efforts to try to get this dismissed, and also had him speak with the witness and the alleged victim in this case.
All right, so what I'm going to do is put this on another I think where we were at, my initial thought was we'll put this on a status calendar. It'll be 6 to 8 weeks from now. Hopefully something can be worked out between now and then, and you'll get your entry filed, and then we'll take it from there. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let me go back. Ms. Salette, position 12, Mr. Robert Best would like to also speak with you privately.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm going to ask you to rejoin the room you were in, room 2, if you're able to do that. Mr. Best, I'm going to send you an invite to join room 2. When you get that request, click on it, and then you'll go to a breakout room. You'll speak to Ms. Salette. Remember, she's the prosecutor, so I just caution you about making any admissions of guilt to her. And then when you're finished, I need you both to come back into this main room, okay?
Okay. Your Honor, may I be dismissed?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, they're in there. Very good. So they're in room 2. Just a minute. And then I've got position 17, Ashante Jiggets. I saw
morning.
Mr. Owens. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. I believe it's-
Oh, I'm having a hard time hearing you. First, let me find out, is your client on the call or not?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, your attorney, oh, there you are. I think your attorney's.
Yes, Your Honor, she is on the call. I
Okay,
apologize.
now I
I'm out
see
here
you.
in
Thank
Sandwich.
you. So, boy, are all these cases Dustin Strobel's? It never fails, and he's not here today. Have you had any conversations with him, Mr. Owens, about the case?
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with Attorney Strobel briefly in regards to a possible resolution. I just received the DVD via email this month. I do believe the discovery has been completed.
I keep losing you. Is it me or him? Okay. So what I'm going to do, Mr. Owens, is I'm going to put this on a final plea calendar. Oh, go ahead. So we're having a hard time hearing you.
Opportunity to speak with
Mr. Owens? All right, we're going to have to come back to you. You may want to call in. All right, I'm going to mute him for a minute because I'm just. And why are we still hearing him? That's so odd. Miss Salette, I see you're finished with Mr. Best.
Yes, Your Honor. Were y'all just discussing Ashante Jiggets?
Yes. Except Mr. Owens, the problem is Mr. Owens' internet is.
Gotcha. He sent a message in the chat about the final plea calendar.
Oh, he's in agreement. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But I did.
Okay.
I don't know if he told you this or not, but we did send him a link for body cam footage. I don't know if he discussed that or
He
anything.
did say that. So maybe Aisha, if you can just, and I know his client's on the call, we're going to set this down for a final plea calendar. Again, it'll be about 6 weeks. And hopefully on that day, we'll be able to take the plea if in fact that's what everyone's agreed to. If not, Ms. Asante will put it over to a motions calendar from there, okay?
I sent him a message.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And we've emailed your attorney, so he'll inform you of the new date, and either we'll take a plea on that date or we'll go ahead and set it down for trial, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Am I free to go, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. You're free
Thank
to go.
you.
Thank you. Let me go back
Have a
to
good day.
Robert Best, position 12. Ms. Salette, did you have an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Best just wanted to know if he could have more time to hire an attorney because he just lost his job. I told him I didn't have an objection, but I told him that would be up to you, Your Honor.
So, and I don't see him back on the call.
I'm back here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. So you're not working right now, sir?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Because you might qualify for a public defender. That would be, there she is, Miss
Your Honor,
Moses Counts.
I'm not quite sure that's accurate.
Well, how does that work? I'll be fair to, I mean, I don't know how all that.
I would prefer the extension because that doesn't line up with what I was told last.
Okay. Well, then I'll give him, Mr. Best, I'm going to give you additional time. This is the end of April, May, sometime the end of June. I'm going to reset this case for about 2 months. And hopefully you'll be able to have an attorney by that time. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
And let me just find out from Ms. Salette, was this a first potentially?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure, but just based on the offer, I believe it was.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I was just, and so the only thing I'll say, Mr. Best, and I don't know anything about was the fine offer 300?
Yes.
Okay, so that's sort of the low. I'm not encouraging you by any means. I'm just sort of giving you some information. When they first make an offer, the amount of the fine is usually the lowest amount that they can go. And actually that's a minimum, the 300. And I'm not saying you should consider the plea or not, but I'm just informing you that if you come back a calendar or 2 calendars from now and you say, you know what, I want to take that plea, chances are the fine amount, the other requirements usually stay the same, but when you don't take a plea at the beginning, they usually say, well, now if you want to enter a plea, it's $500 or $600 for fine. And I'm just letting you know that so you can use all the information you need to evaluate what your best options are. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But I'm happy. I'm going to give you another about 2 months to try and get an attorney. But if you come back and don't have one, then I'm just going to really have to proceed unless your financial circumstances drastically change. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, and I think you've been on the call, but we've not had a problem contacting you again. If you have any change of email, phone number, or address, you need to let us know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Position 18, Caleb Barfield. I think I did see Mr. Barfield. There he is. Good morning, sir. Asked to unmute. Can you unmute your device, sir? There you are. Good morning.
Yep, there we go. Sorry, I was pressing the button. I didn't realize the notification had come up.
Were
Good
you
morning, Your
able to hire an attorney, sir?
Honor. I was not able to hire an attorney. I'm in contact with one, but I got a plea deal offer from Mr. Strobel.
You're saying you did get an offer?
I got an offer from Mr. Strobel. I understand he's not here today.
Right, but Miss Salette has his files and is filling in for him. Did you want to speak with her?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to send you to breakout room 2. You can have a conversation with her. Again, remember, she's the prosecutor, so be careful what you say. When you're finished, come back into this main room and I'll get an announcement from everyone, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right. So they are in breakout room 2. We're getting close to the end. Position 20, Sharon Mays. Jasmine, this is your case?
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Mays is on. I was given an offer, but I have not been able to communicate that to Mr. Mays. If you could please put us in a breakout room so that I can discuss it with him, and then I'll have an announcement.
Okay, I'm going to send you then, Mr. Mays, to speak with your attorney in breakout room 4. You'll see something pop up on your device or on the bottom of your screen that says join, and you'll join the breakout room 4. You'll speak with her there, and then when you're finished, I need you to return back into the main room, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Position 22, Kevin Williams. Daryl, this is your case?
Yes, good morning again, Your Honor. I sent Mr. Williams the link for the Zoom conference on last Monday.
I did too.
However,
I'm here.
I was unable
Oh,
to.
he's here? Wait.
I've been here for the longest, Judge. I just been sitting waiting.
Okay,
Oh.
you're under a different name.
So that's why, yeah,
I
you're
didn't
listed as Abdul Hafiz, so we didn't know that was you. Good morning.
Yes,
I know you-
ma'am. See, I'm on. I'm on meds, and I forgot I put my attribute name in the phone and stuff with my birth name. I'm sorry.
That's all right. And now I know you've been on the call all morning. Mr. Coleman, have you had a chance to speak with your client?
Not this morning. I did receive an offer this morning as well as a discovery from Mr. Walker. That offer, of course, is 12 months to serve. I'm assuming that Mr. Williams does not want to accept that, so we would just reset this for trial.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Williams? You want a trial, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I don't even know what's going on right now. Like, what's the 12 months? I mean, for? I mean, I'm lost completely. I can't do no time. I'm living in
after the conference this morning, sir, but that's the offer that the state has made.
All right, Mr. Williams, your attorney will be in touch with you after court, okay? I can't hear him now. Your attorney will be in touch with you. He'll be in touch with you after court, okay?
Can I say one thing to you right quick, Judge?
Maybe.
I'm already living in a mental health. I'm living in a mental health program. So sometimes I be on my meds, and sometimes
okay.
Well,
you need to.
It's probably best that you not saying anything further this time, sir.
All right. You need to have that conversation, Mr. Williams, with your attorney. Okay. You're free to go, sir. Mr. Williams, you're free to go. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Has someone come back? Miss Salette? Yes, you have an announcement on Mr. Barfield?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Barfield just had a question about the offer. He did also inform me that he plans to hire a family friend as an attorney. He did not tell me the name in the breakout room, but I don't think he would mind letting you know that attorney's name.
All right, so Mr. Barfield, you're hiring an attorney?
Yes, I'm very sorry. When I had gotten the plea deal, and I told him I would talk to him when I got it, and blah blah blah. I'm sure that he'll get back to me literally within the next couple of days. The email said that I have until the 21st to accept it, and I just wanted to literally just have him look over it and make sure that I understand it and that he understands that I'm.
Okay. And are you able to share the name of your attorney?
Joshua McCall.
Joshua McCall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, at this point, I guess what I'm going to do is put this on a final plea calendar.
Of course.
Next couple of days.
That's Monica. On a final plea calendar, and if you are ready, a plea will be taken that day. If not, we'll go ahead and set it down for trial. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please just, if you will tell your attorney that they need to file an entry of appearance, they'll know what that is.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you. You have a lovely day, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Trying. All right, Leisha Coleman, position 25. Daryl,
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
your
Aisha
case.
Coleman. She's on the call this morning. This is Mr.
Walker's case.
Well, no, not Mr. Walker. It's actually Mr. I forget his name.
This was Mr.
Strobel's
Strobel.
case.
This was the case I was confused about earlier.
Oh, this is Mr.
Yeah,
Strobel's. Okay.
Yes, an odd number case. I don't know why it's Mr. Strobel's, but in any
It's a
event,
companion
I
case.
do have discovery, but I don't have an offer for Ms. Coleman. That I don't know. Give me
You
one
know, Ms.
second. Let me
Salette?
look.
Mr. Strobel did not have any notes on this case, so I'm not sure if he knew whether it was his or not. I can try to put an offer together today.
I see the name of the alleged victim as an Aisha Grimes. Well, actually, I think he may have sent me to discovery on the wrong person.
So this is a dual arrest.
Yeah, I
This is a
believe he
companion
sent me
case
the
for
discovery
Shatari
on the
Grimes.
wrong person. I think he sent me discovery on. Yeah, I
Shatari
think he
Grimes.
sent me discovery on the yeah.
So that Shanteria Grimes is the co-defendant.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, the discovery should be almost the same, Daryl, because it's a dual arrest.
Yeah, he sent me discovery on Shatiri Grimes, not on Miss Coleman.
Okay, are these on the same? These aren't on the same calendar.
I don't believe.
Yeah, and I was actually looking to see if I saw this person on the calendar, and I don't.
Miss Grimes has not been on the calendar since February the 16th, but it was a dual arrest. So,
Your Honor, the discovery is the same.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Aisha Coleman and the Grimes case on a final plea calendar together. All right. And either something will be worked out or not. But I think, and is Miss, let me see, Miss Grimes, is she represented? No. And I
There
don't know
would need to be, if she doesn't, well, she obviously would not be eligible for a public defender since I'm representing Miss Coleman. So
Well,
she would need a conflict attorney.
she's in bench
She
warrant
doesn't have
status.
her own attorney.
She's already in bench warrant status, so maybe that's why she wasn't scheduled for today.
Oh, failure to appear. You're right. We must not have, well, I don't know if we have good information now, but let's put them on the same, let's put her back on our calendar with this case and at least see if we can sort of get them tracking together. Okay?
It's fucked up. See how easy you get started. There's several people on here.
All right.
Mr. Mays, you're not muted, Mr. Mays. We can hear
That's
you.
all right. I want to find out,
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Mays. That's okay, Mr. Mays. And so Miss Moses Counts, did you
Yes,
have a
ma'am.
chance to talk with your?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
I
sorry,
went over.
I'm sorry, were we done with Miss Coleman?
Yes.
Can she be excused?
Yes. All right, Jasmine, I'm ready now.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. Mr. Mays and I have spoken. I was able to communicate the offer and clarify some things in the report. Based on our conversation, he's willing to accept Mr. Strobel's offer, and so I would ask this be reset for the next available plea calendar.
All right, is that right, Mr. Mays?
Yes.
All right, and so just so I can know, what is the offer? Just so I know everyone's on the same page.
It's just 12 months probation in FVIP and a stay away, no contact with Shira Bird.
Okay. All right, so we'll get this down on a plea calendar. If you can, Ms. Salette, tell Mr. Dustin, if you'll tell Dustin, Mr. Strobel to get the documentation to Ms. Moses Counts for a plea, and then we'll set this up. As soon as the paperwork is signed, actually, you know, we can, if you want to notify, I mean, we have a date in May, right, Aisha? May 19th?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to set this for a plea on May 19th. So Mr. Mays, your attorney's going to send you some paperwork. You'll get that signed. And then I think you were on the call earlier when I took some pleas, and we'll do it like that virtually. Okay?
Okay.
Very good. Anything further? Is Mr. Mays free to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, just stay in touch with your attorney, sir.
I will.
Thank you, Mr. Mays.
Position 26, Grant Sassville. Not here?
Well, he emailed us this morning that he was having issues.
Oh, is that the one I copied you
I
on?
told him, I responded. I don't know why he's not on here now.
And Your Honor, I believe this is also the defendant that Mr. Strobel emailed me about him this morning. He wants to take a plea.
But he's not on here.
So.
Not today, but he accepted
Right.
terms.
So we'll set this down on a final plea calendar. That's all. And he can
Thank
come in
you.
and do it here, or we can do it online, but we'll put him on a final plea calendar. Actually, is there a reason we can't do it on May 19th, Aisha? We'll do it on May 19th. And if need be, he'll have to come in here. All right, position 27, Rebecca Seiferman.
She's on the call and she said she needs a public defender, but I'll let her tell you.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
And I think let's see, you've been on the calendar before?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you're not able to hire an attorney?
Correct.
Did you speak with a public defender once before?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe I did speak to her, and I communicated to her of per my notes that it was like an employment questionable situation.
Oh,
And
that's
so
right.
She was reset to see if her employment had changed.
That's right. Now I'm remembering. All right. And your employment situation has not changed, ma'am?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this would potentially be your case, Ms. Moses?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't need to go through the qualifying factors. I already know in my notes her situation, so I will go ahead and represent her. I just need her to provide me her email address and phone number.
Okay.
Are you able to chat that, ma'am? Do you know how to use the chat function?
No.
On the bottom of your screen, there should be a little bubble that says chat.
On the more one. Oh, yes, chat.
There. If you
Okay.
click on that, and it should give you an option to speak to everyone or just Miss Moses Counts. And if you will click on just Miss Moses Counts, you can privately send your email and phone number to her.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
And then, Your Honor, also, while she's still on here, I believe there was a discrepancy between her last name, as you see it on
Yes.
on the Zoom. How are we going about? Because I believe she said that wasn't, this name on the calendar wasn't her true last name at the time of the incident, but she's still being considered Rebecca Seiferman. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yes. So my married last name is Seiferman. My legal name has went back to Stallbush, but they used my ID that said Seiferman. So they've been using Seiferman the whole time. So I've just went with that.
All right. So this is, I guess, Dustin's case, and I don't know if they need to do an amendment to the accusation.
And ma'am, can I say there's just one thing I just want to say, this whole case has been brought up because I have allegedly.
Don't, no. We don't want you saying anything about the facts of the case. You can have that conversation with your attorney privately. Jasmine, did you get her contact information?
I'm working.
Okay, go ahead and send that now, and then you can have these discussions with your attorney. And then, and she can also address when the time comes that the case is resolved, that they can amend the accusation to your correct name.
Okay, and can I just ask you, is there, if there's a chance that they're gonna drop this, when would that happen? When would they do that? Would they have done that today, or?
Well, first of
would
all,
that-
Miss Salette, are you able to tell from your file if there's been any victim contact?
1 second, please.
Mhm.
I don't know why none of my accusations are opening. Wonderful.
You gotta look at the bottom, cause see, when they come up there at the bottom, you see it, it's like a blinking screen.
Well, I saw something blinking, but there's nothing to open.
That's why they come up with it. The purple blinking screen.
Purple blinking screen. No, it's just sort of flashing on the main screen and nothing's opening up. I mean, I'm sure you're right, that there's something I'm missing. Oh, there it is. Oh, my screen was too big. Now I got it.
It's her spouse.
So it's saying, yeah, Christian Sieferman. All right. Do you see anything, Miss Salette? Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was just talking with Miss Mary Wright.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't had any actual contact yet. We have reached out to the victim, and his voicemail does have his name, so we do have a good contact number for him. But regardless, at this time, we're moving forward with the case.
That's
All
fine.
right.
If this should just be put on a trial calendar, and we'll go from there.
Well,
Thank
I
you.
may want to put it on a final plea just to see if you don't think that would be helpful.
No, because if they haven't had contact, this case was accused on August 24th of last year. I mean, I think that's more than enough time. So let's throw it on the trial calendar. Let's go to trial.
Okay.
That's fine, Your Honor. I mean, we have been in the midst of a pandemic, so we really haven't been personally serving victims and or witnesses, but that will resume. So a trial calendar won't be an issue.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, someone ought to speak to him to see if he really is interested in still pursuing this. That's all I'm going to say.
We'll stop by his house.
Ms. Stallbush, don't say
Rebecca, you
anything.
don't, yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
say anything. Okay. Thank you. Stay in touch with Miss Moses Count. She'll represent you and let you know when the next calendar is, okay?
Okay.
Ricardo Tucker, position 28. He just came back on. Where is he? Mr. Tucker. Good morning.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes,
Please.
good morning, Your Honor.
Is this supposed to be a plea today?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so. I already sent the form back to Mr. Strobel, and I have my documentation as well for my anger management I did outside the VA.
Let me check. I think he did send it to me.
Let's see if we have that. Hold on a minute.
Yep.
You've got it? All right, I can take that plea in just a minute. I'm going to get the paperwork printed out and we'll be ready to go on that.
Miss Salette, so she needs, I can send it to her.
Do you have it, Miss Salette, the paperwork?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right, she's gonna, Aisha's gonna email it to you right now.
Thank you so much.
You know, centuries ago, they had to do all this by pigeon. Just think about that for a minute. What'd they say, as far as the crow flies? All right, I am going to need takedown on this, Monica. This is the case of, let me get Mr. Tucker. Well, first let me do the takedown. This is a case of the state of Georgia versus Ricardo, R-E-C-A-R-D-O, Tucker. Accusation number 20CR004766J. Charge of battery family violence. Mr. Tucker, if you could raise your right hand so I could see it, sir. Do you swear or affirm a testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth and the whole truth, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, Ms. Salette, what's your understanding of the negotiated plea?
Yes, Your Honor. The
you want-
state's recommendation is 12 months probation, family violence intervention program, and no violent contact with the victim, Miss Letitia Tucker. It's my understanding that the defendant would like the court and probation to accept his anger management and mental health treatment he's received through the VA. The state doesn't have an objection to that, but I will just leave that to the court's discretion, Your Honor.
All right, so yeah, we did discuss this previously and I got information, and I think Mr. Strobel also verified the amount of treatment that Mr. Tucker had undertaken and that we found that that was going to be acceptable. And I'm not even sure then he'll have to sign up for probation. Mr. Tucker, let me ask you some questions, sir. You've discussed this plea with the solicitor prior to today?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand what you're entering a guilty plea to today, sir?
I thought it was a no-low, but is it guilty?
Is it a no-low? I didn't know. What was
'Cause
the,
He said that as long as I didn't have anything happen in 12 months, it would be dropped. It will go on my record.
all right, so it'll be a no-low plea. Let me write this. You understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial on these charges. Was that explained to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You've not been promised anything or threatened in any way in order to enter this plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And I do have your plea statement here that we just received. And does that look familiar to you, sir?
Yes, that's what I emailed back. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And did you go over this with the prosecutor, or do you have any questions about any of the information in here?
No questions. I just want to make sure that after the 12 months, it doesn't go on my record. He said it wouldn't, as long as I didn't have any contact or do anything wrong.
Okay.
Just to clarify, is the defendant using his first offender status?
Yes, if he confused.
Well, he can use that. Did you want to use your
That's
first?
the only way it's not going to go on your record, sir.
Let's make this up, that he'll utilize his first offender. Let's do that. All right, do you have any questions, Mr. Tucker, about the plea, other than
No,
that?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
He does need to go on probation for,
I mean, under first offender, I believe you have to be under probation for a full 12 months.
but it can be non-reporting?
It can be
Okay, so we'll do
non-reporting.
that.
You have to do probation. I mean, that's the benefit.
And Your Honor, I guess you could possibly suspend it upon completion of the anger management, or whatever he's already completed, and then he just still have that no violent contact with the victim during the suspended, or you could just do non-reporting. It's up to you, Your Honor.
Okay, so let's get him signed up for probation, and then we'll just do suspend upon completion. Let's just do that. We'll do that. All right. Is there anything further for Mr. Tucker? Ms. Salette?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tucker, you're going to get information about probation. You're going to need to contact them within 48 hours. You basically are just going to have to show them proof of the programs that you previously took, and then that'll complete. You will not have to report to probation after that. It'll be non-reporting. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
I see, well, let me just finish. I thought there was one more. No, that
Yes,
was,
Judge. My name is Alex Ark. I'm here on position 8, DeAndre Richardson.
oh, okay. Yes, I did. We had no one here. All right.
Correct, Judge. I apologize. I was in another court earlier.
Okay.
It took a lot longer than anticipated. Judge, on this matter, I do not have discovery. I looked high and low through my files. It's not the case of the century, so to say, but I'm sure I'd be able to resolve it. I just need discovery and offer.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the case this century either, but
I didn't mean to demise it in any way. I just.
no, I understand the charges compared to, so,
Correct, Judge.
And if I can have a breakout room with the attorney.
oh, let's do that. Maybe you can just chat right now and come to.
Sure,
an
not a
agreement.
problem, Judge. More than happy to.
Thank you.
Let me go ahead. I'm going to send you both to breakout room 1
Okay.
and come back when you're done, and let's see, maybe we can have an agreement worked out.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. So I'm showing that's the last case that I've got. Are there any other defendants? No. Okay. Oh, yeah, Ms. Staubus, you're free to go.
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
All right. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. Have we heard about any of those motions yet, Aisha? No?
I have an email from Mr. Brown asking to reset those to the following week, but I was about to tell him we can't.
From who?
Mr. Brown, the Dwayne Brown, the supervisor. He sent us an email.
Why does he want them reset?
Well, apparently Jackie Patterson was supposed to handle them, but
He's gone now.
I guess not.
Morning. Your Honor, we have a visitor.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, good.
How are you doing?
I'm working.
Yeah.
Working. I have court all day.
Really?
Yeah.
We miss you.
I miss you guys too. I'm listening over there. I'm like, oh Lord, same stuff.
Just spilled away. Did you like my pigeon joke?
I don't know if I heard that part. I probably was in court.
Your Honor, I told Aisha those would be some tired pigeons these days.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, just if, we email everything. We're so used to, send this, email that. And, a few 200 years ago, it was by pigeon. So yeah, we're so used to instantaneous delivery, which is nice. Anyway, Monica, I don't know that I'm going to continue to need you because we're not going to take a plea on that case, but that's your call if you want to sit through the reading of the calendar.
Oh, I'm here.
All right. Well, Mr. Passon, I don't think is here anymore.
I mean, I guess he still is because he was supposed to handle the motion.
Well, it's not my problem. So no, they're not going to be rescheduled. They got a lot of people over in the solicitor's office. That means nobody's, these people have not been summoned, so to speak, to be here. Oh, he did send it to me? When did he send it?
This morning.
Oh, well, I was on earlier before I came out here, but. I haven't checked my email since then. So I have my first civil trial next week. I heard it takes about all day to get a jury picked virtually. Monica, who's going to be on that for me?
I'm not sure. I didn't look at it yet, Judge. I just put it in my folder on the Bessen.
You mean on the back burner?
I haven't dealt with that yet. So what is it? A car accident?
No, it's actually a contract for someone was supposed to be paid $200 and some odd thousand to do a commercial paint job, and they only got paid half of that. And it's from 2016 or it's a 2017 case. So it's one of my older ones, and they agreed to a 6-person jury. And I've tried to settle it.
How many days is it?
Well, I think it's going to take close to a full day to pick the jury. I hate to say, maybe not, because it's only 6-person. We're doing that virtually, and then they're supposed to come in Thursday. And I would bet that we could get the case tried within a day.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Day and a half max.
Okay, all right. So far, Judge Taylor's case was reset because, and then Judge Roth, his case settled. They decided to settle right before.
Well, I'm afraid, I'm not afraid that's going to happen, but I have basically done everything I can to motivate these people. I may just call them. I may set up a phone conference and find out where they're at.
Okay, and that's scheduled for Monday?
No, it's Wednesday is jury selection.
Okay, all right. I will look at
Are we
it.
permitted to watch, Your Honor, if we wanted to?
Absolutely. I
What-
think so. I'm not going to have it on YouTube Live, the jury selection, because I think that's, but I will have it. If you would like the link for that.
Yeah, I would
let
love
me-
to at least see the jury selection process.
Okay, so, and I doubt we'll do that for criminal cases, but I think for civil cases, we're going to have jurors come down here for criminal cases, but if we can keep prospective jurors out of here, out of the courthouse for civil cases until the case is tried, then you bring down your 6 or 12 people, it really eliminates the traffic in the courthouse.
So they are gonna send a link from where the jurors are gonna be seated. The way they were gonna do it with Judge Taylor. They'll send a link from the jury panel and then we'll do it that way. We'll click on a separate link.
You'll have a link. You will have a link just like this to be able to watch the jury selection.
Okay, because the judge, what he did was he had them deal with all the preliminary stuff, the attorneys, and then once the jury panel coordinator was ready, they would send over another link, and then we were to click on that because that's where the jurors would be seated. So he kind of handled it twofold.
Okay, I'm a little confused.
So the attorneys had some motions, I guess, prior.
Right.
So he had the regular link that you would send over.
Right.
Okay,
And then the jury, right, then the jury division sends a link
That's
once
right.
they have everyone seated. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll figure out if I can do that, Jasmine, for you. Okay, they're back.
Yeah, so I did have the opportunity to speak with Attorney Arca. I will be sending over discovery early next week, and I did provide an offer that he'll be discussing with his client, and we just request that we resit this for 30 days.
So I'm going to put this on a final plea calendar. Again, I'm not going to obligate you, Mr. Arca, to a plea on that date, but that's sort of a drop dead date that either you've discussed and know we're accepting a plea or not. And then
Right,
after
Judge.
that, we'll put you on a trial calendar if need be. Okay?
Understood, Judge. And Mr. Walker informed me that he's going to send over the plea offer as well as discovery, but I'm sure we'll be able to work it out. What would be the next date out 30 days from today, Judge?
Aisha, do we know? May 19th.
Fantastic. What time?
It's usually at 10 o'clock.
Okay, no problem, Judge.
Thank you.
Oh, so is he Brian Howard?
Yes.
Brian Howard's my partner, Judge, but Mr. Walker, I just gave him my email address.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
All right. Very good.
all right, thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. All right, so let me go through the calendar if I can. Position 1, that is a plea in absentia. I've signed the paperwork. Mr. Watson's going to come down here and make payment hopefully tomorrow. Position 2, we're going to set that on a final plea calendar. Position 3, a plea June 7th. Position 4, we took a plea on Mr. Gilmore's case. Position 5, PTI. Position 6, I'm going to get a no pros on that from Mr. Walker. Position 7, we're going to set that to a final plea calendar. Position 8, we're going to set that on a final plea calendar in May. Position 9, Michaela Smith. She was not accepted in PTI and she was supposed to be here. So that'll be a bench warrant. Position 7, so that was also prospective PTI. Do we have any announcement on that as to whether or not Miss Stevens was accepted?
She was not, Your Honor. Neither party
Neither was,
accepted at the
okay.
time.
So that's also going to be a bench warrant. And again, let me just state, I say this all the time, but I don't know who's watching on YouTube. If I find out anyone's had any technical difficulties, if they were unable to get on the Zoom call, then obviously I'll withdraw the bench warrant. Vincent Hamilton, we're going to reset that for a status calendar. He just hired an attorney, Mr. Berger. Position 12, Robert Best. That's going to be on the June calendar. He's going to have to find an attorney. Is that right, Aisha? Yeah, he still is looking. So I gave him another 2 months. Carissa
Yes, Your
Taylor.
Honor, and I just want to clarify my statements earlier. When he said he had just lost his job, that's what he told me back then. But then he told me he did have the means to hire an attorney. So when he communicated to Ms. Salette that he just lost his job, it's not adding up. And so I had suspicions that maybe he was lying. So.
I understand. And that's, within your purview. I'm not in a position to make those decisions for your
Right.
office. So I understand. Position 13, Mr. Buchanan is going to file an entry reset for status. Position 12, Daryl is representing, he did not have internet. It was supposed to be a plea. Is that right? Mr. Welsh? Not a plea?
No, we don't, our office does not represent him. He just
No,
ran our office.
Again, Your Honor, I don't represent him. I just happened to speak to him this morning because I got an email from a legal assistant in the office that he had called. Again, I was under the impression he did not have the link, but as it turns out, he doesn't have internet access at all. So he would just need to be reset in person.
We'll reset for an in-person. I don't know when you can get that out, Aisha. If you want to make it May 19th, you can. Position 15, Keenan Lewis, bench warrant. Position 16, PTI. Position 17, final plea calendar, reset for final plea. Position 18, reset final plea. I think Mr. Barfield finally is going to have an attorney, and we'll know at the next calendar if he's going to take a plea. Position 19, Costo, final plea calendar, reset final plea calendar. Position 20, reset for a plea May 19th. Position 21, Douglas, we're setting that down for a motions calendar per Mr. La Scala. Position 22, set for trial. Position 23, reset May, for that May calendar for Mr. Render. Maybe we can get a plea. Position 24. I'm going to do a phone conference on that. So I guess I need to get some dates out to Mr. Oh, he sent some dates? Okay. So I'll set that up. Position 25, final plea calendar on Aisha Coleman. Position 26, final plea 5/19. Position 27, that's going to be reset for trial. Position 28, we took a plea on that. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I've got some motions at 9 o'clock. I don't know. Daryl has one, the rest are two. No, that's an.
Well, actually, the motions for tomorrow on Rakia Pugh, the solicitor, Don Pross, both of those cases. So
I see that. Okay. So, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 potential motions, and I need to get prepared for those. And then we've got a calendar at 11. A lot of, well, I got some no process. Okay. So I will see you all, or some of you, tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Salette.
Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Everyone have a good day.
Judge,
too.
can you hear me? Judge,
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know, I checked your calendar and attorney has not requested a court reporter for that trial yet. Maybe they're bringing their own, but the only a request I got was for like a May 4th hearing. Nothing for that day.
All right.
So they
Let
may
me
be
check
bringing
with,
their own.
I'll check with